Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system. If you fell into it, you would not survive more than a few seconds. There is no solid surface to land on, and the forces you would encounter are beyond anything found on Earth. Jupiter is a gas giant made mostly of hydrogen and helium. It has no ground in the traditional sense. As you fall, you would pass through layers of gas that become denser and hotter the deeper you go. Your descent would begin in the upper atmosphere. Here, temperatures are around -230 degrees Fahrenheit. The air is thin, and you would be falling at increasing speed due to Jupiter's gravity, which is 2.5 times stronger than Earth's. Within seconds, you would reach speeds of over 100 miles per hour. The pressure around you would start to build. At this point, you would already be dead from lack of oxygen and extreme cold. As you fall deeper, the atmosphere thickens. The hydrogen and helium gases compress under their own weight. The pressure increases rapidly. Within minutes, you would reach a depth where the pressure is similar to the deepest parts of Earth's oceans, but you would keep falling. The temperature climbs as you descend. At around 60 miles below the cloud tops, temperatures reach 1,340 degrees Fahrenheit. This is hotter than molten lava. Any spacecraft or protective suit would melt or be crushed. The pressure continues to rise. At around 1,000 miles deep, the pressure is so intense that hydrogen begins to behave like a liquid metal. This is not a phase of matter we encounter on Earth. It conducts electricity and creates Jupiter's powerful magnetic field. You would not experience this phase. Long before reaching it, your body would be vaporized by heat and crushed by pressure. Even the strongest materials known to science would fail. Jupiter's core lies at the center, roughly 43,000 miles below the cloud tops. Scientists believe it may be a dense mix of rock, metal, and hydrogen compounds. Temperatures there could exceed 43,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The pressure is millions of times greater than Earth's atmospheric pressure at sea level. No human-made object has ever survived such conditions. The core remains theoretical because we cannot send probes deep enough to measure it directly. Jupiter also rotates very fast. One day on Jupiter lasts only 10 hours. This rapid spin creates powerful winds in the atmosphere. Wind speeds can exceed 400 miles per hour. These winds would tear apart anything trying to descend slowly. The planet's magnetic field is another hazard. It is 20,000 times stronger than Earth's. This field traps high-energy particles, creating intense radiation belts around the planet. Exposure to this radiation would be lethal within minutes, even with shielding. Jupiter's atmosphere is also turbulent. The Great Red Spot is a storm larger than Earth that has raged for centuries. Falling into such a storm would subject you to violent turbulence and extreme wind shear. There is no scenario in which a human could fall into Jupiter and survive. The combination of crushing pressure, extreme heat, deadly radiation, and lack of breathable air makes it one of the most hostile environments in the solar system. Even robotic probes struggle to study Jupiter up close. NASA's Galileo probe descended into Jupiter's atmosphere in 1995. It transmitted data for 57 minutes before being destroyed by heat and pressure. It only reached a depth of about 100 miles. The Juno spacecraft currently orbits Jupiter but stays far above the atmosphere. Its mission is to study the planet's composition, gravity, and magnetic field from a safe distance. Jupiter's immense gravity also means that falling into it is not like falling on Earth. The acceleration would be brutal. You would reach terminal velocity quickly, then continue accelerating as the atmosphere thickens and gravity pulls harder. There would be no parachute that could slow you down. The air is too thick and the gravity too strong. Any attempt to deploy a parachute would result in it being shredded instantly. If you somehow survived the initial descent, the increasing pressure would compress your body. Human bodies are mostly water, which is incompressible, but the gases in your lungs and tissues would collapse. Your organs would fail immediately. The heat would vaporize you before you could fall much farther. At the depths where hydrogen becomes metallic, no trace of organic matter could exist. You would become part of the atmosphere, your atoms mixed with Jupiter's gases. Jupiter is a reminder of the extreme conditions that exist in our solar system. It is a world entirely unlike Earth. Its scale and power are difficult to comprehend from our perspective on a small, rocky planet. Falling into Jupiter would be one of the quickest and most absolute deaths imaginable. There is no survival, no escape, and no hope of rescue. The planet's environment would erase you completely within minutes. Jupiter's hostile nature also protects the inner solar system. Its massive gravity acts as a shield. deflecting comets and asteroids that might otherwise strike Earth. In this way, Jupiter plays a critical role in making life on Earth possible. Understanding what happens if you fall into Jupiter helps us appreciate the diversity of worlds in our solar system. It also reminds us why space exploration requires careful planning and robust technology. Some places are simply not meant for human presence. Falling into Jupiter would mean instant death, followed by total disintegration. No part of you would remain. The planet's extreme pressure, heat, and radiation would erase every trace. Jupiter is not just inhospitable, it is annihilating.